Hi, I would just like to talk a little bit about some of the improvements that I have been seeing in my child, my son. He is 9 years old and he is on the autism spectrum. Before coming to Jaben more, we dealt with a lot of sensory issues, stimming, and a lot of just silly random talk. He likes to just ask you lots and lots of questions, and he just wants those answered. He has a really difficult time sitting down with other children and playing and communicating back and forth. Um, actually, my mother-in-law is the one who directed me to Javen Moore. She had come across some of his videos that he has done. She has a lot of health issues and she likes to um, do the natural healing. And so she does a lot of her own research. So she is the one that led me to Dr. Jaben. So I ended up calling calling the place that he works in and talked to their staff, and then eventually started working with him. They were really great to answer all my questions and talk to me and just answer any questions that I had, and I really appreciated that. Some things that I have noticed with going through the protocols with Dr. Jaben is that I notice improvements usually every time we go through a protocol. And I would say that on average, one protocol will be about, I don't know, 5 weeks. And actually, so far, we have been going to him for almost 2 years. And I know that seems like a long time. It is. But I have heard that healing autism takes a long time, that there's a lot of things that go into that. What I really like that Dr. Jaben does that's different from the other natural doctors that we have seen is that he does a hair, blood, and urine sample, and he really tries to dive in to what your child is dealing with. And basically, from how I understand it, is that kiddos on the spectrum are dealing with lots of issues, and co-infections are usually a pretty big problem and usually causing a lot of these symptoms that we are seeing with kiddos on the autism spectrum. What keeps me motivated to stay with Jaben is that Dr. Jaben is, I do see improvements. Sometimes they're just tiny little improvements, but it has been enough to keep going. And honestly, when I think about it, I can't believe we've been working with him for almost 2 years, because I think as a parent, you almost don't, I mean, you realize how long it is if you stop and think about it, but you're just so, like me as a parent, I'm just on this mission to get my child better so that he can have the best life possible. And I've just really liked his approach. I like how he kind of switches things up too. He will work on something and then he'll kind of give something a little bit of a break and he'll start working on something else. If you're a parent with a kiddo on the spectrum, my advice to you is just to be patient, because it's really hard to not be patient, because you just desperately want your child better and you want them better fast and quick, and but from my understanding, I've heard that healing autism on the autism spectrum can take years. Again, because there's just so much that goes into it. Um, um, so some symptoms that have improved are, I would say, a lot of the sensory is so much better, and the stimming is a lot better, and the communication is getting better, but that's still really slow. Um, but just the other day, we were out on our deck, and it was just like for a moment, I got to see who my son really is for the first time. He started carrying on a conversation with me, and we had back and forth contact for quite a bit, for quite a while. We just went back and forth, and his body language was better, his eye contact was better, and it was amazing. I actually came into my bedroom and shut the door because I didn't want him to see me, and cried on my bed because it was just like I just really got to see who my son was for one of the first times, and it was amazing. Now, it kind of comes and goes, but to see where my son was before Jaben and then now, um, it proves to me that autism can be healed or greatly improved if you just be patient, stick it out, keep going, and don't give up. So, my advice to you as a parent, if you're watching this, I would desperately recommend giving Dr. Jaben and his team a try, for your child and their future. Again, us as parents, we just want the best for our kids, and we do not want to see our kids struggle. That has been my hardest thing, is watching my little guy struggle, and I just want to help him in every possible way that I can. And I think Dr. Jaben and his team have done so much research into figuring that out, and I can't thank them enough for that. So I hope this helps.